Hi there, this is Candice Sanderson, and I'm with my friend,
Cari Palmer from Puyallup, Washington.
and I'm from Naples, Florida. We've been doing some videos, so we want to welcome you. This is episode number 6. The last video, we talked about the COVID-19 pandemic and how it's been affecting people. And I want to pass on a little bit more information, but for those that are new to us, I am a psychologist by training, and a little over 7 years ago, I had a spontaneous opening to spirit. And now I receive messages from angels, from other non-physical sources, information I didn't believe at first, but then after a long time of being able to verify a lot of it, I've come to actually understand and appreciate the information that's coming in. But as this relates to COVID, I had been getting messages that there would be something happening to the earth, and this would change life the way we view it. What I didn't realize at the time was it is happening right now in real time. This is what we're experiencing. But what the messengers have told me is that there is a purpose behind this, that our earth has a spirit. It's called Gaia. So Gaia, the spirit of Mother Earth, is going through a transition. She is going through an evolutionary process. And as the earth goes through this transition, she brings us, her inhabitants, along with her, which is like, thank goodness, I'm glad that she does. But what happens is, while she has this reset, it's allowing us an opportunity to learn. So you can sit in the environment that you're in, and you can make decisions. You can decide to step into the fear side, which will only bring more of what you feed it, or you can use this as an opportunity to grow. The messengers told me that we are like butterflies in their chrysalises. We are transforming too. And depending on the choices that we make, when we're ready to step back into the world, this post-pandemic world, we have full opportunities to learn differently, to see things differently, and to help keep the vibrations of Earth and ourselves higher and more positive. So that's just the little piece of knowledge I wanted to pass on. This is part of a broader picture. It will pass, but we can use this opportunity to grow spiritually. So what do you think, Cari?
Yeah. Well, what is cool about you got the message and about how Earth is resetting herself basically. And the whole idea, like COVID comes, which basically paralyzes mankind, giving Earth that break to where, I mean, who didn't see during this pandemic, water was bluer and clearer than it's ever been. The sky was clear. It's like Earth has had the same reset that we're getting. We're all stuck and locked in our homes, basically told, stay there, let me have a chance to heal myself. It's just, if you don't take a chance to heal, it never heals. If you're always picking off a scab, it's never going to heal. So Gaia decided, let's put these people in their homes so I have a chance to breathe again on my own. And so Earth is healing and healthy. And the thing that I tell so many people when it comes to COVID, in my conversations, and people are like, like, I'm unemployed, I've lost my job. I'm like, one woman called me early March before we were locked down, and she told me, she goes, oh, I just lost my job. The company had been talking about closing down. This was pre-COVID. And then like COVID hits, and I told her, I'm like, honey, I'm now one of 10 million people. And I said, look at this I'm like, I looked at it as excitement, because I see all this new opportunity. Yes, with all this COVID, businesses are going to shut down. People are going to be forced out of places. Everything is going to be so different and uncomfortable. But with that discomfort, it's going to take you to something new that you would not have been brought to had it not been for COVID. It's going to open you up to think, what could I be doing differently? And so I get excited. People like, there's new jobs created because it's opportunity. It's a brand new planet, and you could do anything, dream it, and it'll come.
And you're absolutely right, Cari. This is an opportunity for us to reinvent ourselves. I mean,
Yes.
I look at my two grandkids. You know, Lorelai is 8, Shalane is 4, and Lorelai had to finish school online. She had not done that before. Well,
No,
guess what? We discovered that you can do that. There are a lot of jobs that people have been traveling to, you know, every day going to work, and now they're discovering those same
you
jobs
don't have
can
to.
be done virtually. You know, look at us.
This way.
Look at us. We're
Yeah.
meeting together virtually. And
Yeah.
who would have thought that it would have been as effective as it is? So
Yeah.
this gives us an opportunity to go within, have some of our own healing, put forth that energy that we want to see, bring forth goodness, bring forth gratitude, bring forth looking at the world with the different set of lenses. You know, we can
Yes.
do this. We can do this.
Yeah. It's like go into, and this is where, and Candice and I are going to preach this until we're blue in the face. Get yourself, I mean, Candice and I both love spending all of our time alone. It's for a
Yes,
reason, because so much good stuff comes to you when you're quiet. When you just get yourself to a quiet space, quiet your mind, and ask yourself the questions like, what can I be doing now? What should I be doing? Shut up and listen. I mean, seriously, be quiet and then listen to what comes, because you are
and
being guided. We talk about guidance all the time. You're being guided to that thing that you could be doing right now, but you got to listen for it and feel for it and let it rise,
exactly.
you know?
Remember in the last video, you said for some reason you knew you had to go buy canvases and paint, and which is
Yeah.
crazy because you're not a painter, you know, you're not an
I
artist. Well, guess what?
in
You
all of my
are.
years, yeah. Yeah. In
But you
all of my years, I
listen,
never would have thought of that.
but you listen to that guidance. But I have people
Yeah.
that will ask questions. You know, they'll ask me, well, what do you mean listen to the guidance? Now, I mean, how does it come? Well, it can come in many forms. It's not necessarily something you hear in your head. It might be just this urging, like for some reason, you know, you're thinking about this, you're thinking about artwork. It's like, oh, where did that come from? I'm not thinking of that. But I've been trying to help people become more familiar with their energy fields, because as you're more in tune or in touch with your own energy field, you can more easily recognize if another thought comes in your energy field that you know is not you. You're not thinking it. So with when a strange, or shouldn't say strange, but a different vibration comes in, you realize, wait a minute, that's not from me. You listen to your heart. Does it feel good? Does it feel right? Yes. So then what does it say? You know, quite often, you know how, you know, the word inspiration comes from in spirit. We
Mm-hmm.
get inspiration all the time. Now, many people, for example, will get that inspiration through their dreams. And why?
Oh, yeah.
Because the information comes in during the waking state, but we don't pay attention to it. When you're in the dream state, there's no judgment. I mean, in a dream, you can
Yeah.
walk through a wall and you think nothing of it. So you
Yep.
don't judge it, you keep your ego out of the way, and the information comes in. If we can learn to have that energy and that energy of allowing, if we can bring that into our waking state, then you'll be more and more open to feelings, thoughts that come in, and that's where your guidance is going to come. You know, use your own heart as your emotional guidance system and let that help guide you.
Yeah, when you always have voices in your head, you're always thinking, when we're thinking, we know our thought patterns, but when something comes to you, like for me to go get paint, it's like that's not a thought I thought, it was something that came to me. And so you know the difference between a thought that you process, like the same thought, like what's on the to-do list, what's for dinner.
Yeah.
It was like out of the blue, came out of left field. And one time, for instance, we had a cat that passed away, and it was heartbreaking. But I was driving when all of a sudden I had this urge. I just had to make a right. And I'm like, not even, it wasn't legal either. It was, I made a wrong right. And I went right to the Humane Society. I walked in, and of course, my family had no idea. I walked in and I said, yeah, I want to see your kittens. They're like, we don't have any kittens. They took me to the back and they let me look at all these animals. I'm like, oh, they're like, wait, we just hold on. And they came back, we just got this guy in. I was like, oh, that's the one I came for. Picked up that teeny little red tabby. It was like, I knew it, and then brought him home. And the family was like, no. And he's been the best thing that we ever did. No matter what, I was guided to get that cat. Listen to the guides, listen to the guidance you're getting, and it's not coming from here. It's not.
Yeah, you're not making it up. Listen to
No.
it, pay attention to it, because as you do that and as you start connecting to the non-physical realm of angels and guides, the more you do that, the more that is strengthened. So listening
Yes.
to those little nudges, and then you'll find that your world starts to open up to you. So
Yeah,
that's
don't doubt
all.
them, don't question them. Yeah.
No, just, you use your heart for discernment. So when the information comes in, does it feel good? Does it feel right? Yep. Then you go with it. Absolutely.
Yes. So thank you so much for watching again. Subscribe, share with your friends, and come back next time. It's Candice and Cari.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.